And now, back to the great Houdini. Welcome to London, kid. The one, the only, the very last chance I had.
Think they're gonna like you?
They'd like me to fail. Imagine some obnoxious little Yank touting how he can outsmart Scotland Yard in a single moment. But a moment was all I needed. Take a gander at these.
Those are weird looking. None of the cops I see have a set of those. They real?
Indeed, and as proper as all of England herself. Want to give them a try?
Hey, get these off of me!
Bess and I called every newspaper in town. The bobbies took me to the middle of the courtyard, slapped those same cuffs on me, then walked away.
Get them off!
Laughing and going to lunch. 3 seconds later, I tapped the chief on his shoulder, waved the cuffs at him and said, "I'll join you."
I want them off!
Pitiful. What they didn't know is, if you hit those in just the right spot, they fall apart. Try it. There you go. Not bad, eh, what?
So that's all it took, huh?
That's all it took? Where have you been?
That wasn't so tough. Besides, you got the world's attention in one shot. You're set.
This is just the beginning, kid. After London, I had France, Germany, Italy, Russia.
Tour in Europe. Life's rough.
You think it's easy dazzling an entire continent for 5 years? Don't you get it?
Get what?
I had to go all the way to Europe just to make it back home. We all want to go home, even you, right?
Can I ask you a question, mister? I ain't interested or anything, but when was the funnest time you ever had? Your favorite thing you ever done?
Well, that's easy. It was
Oh, wait. I bet I know. Meeting Bess, right?
close.
Okay, the first circus you ever saw.
That's up on the list, but not my favorite.
Aight, I give up. What was it?
A dress.
What?
Bess and me were going to do our first Royal Command performance, and Mama was with us, but she didn't want to go, 'cause putting people like us in the middle of a bunch of royal folks made her feel...
Like you didn't belong.
Exactly. But when I saw that dress in the window and pictured Mama wearing it, I knew she'd outshine every queen and princess in the place.
And that was your favorite thing, huh?
Not quite.
Eri, the dress. It is so beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful like you.
The show was so good, Eri. Of you, I am so proud.
And it's only just begun.
What do you mean?
Do you remember, a very long time ago, right after Papa died, when a little boy stood in front of you and promised that he would take care of you always? He said that someday he could make money with magic, someday he would shower you with gold. Well, guess what, Mama?
Oh, Eri, the coins. They are so many.
You see, I kept my promise.
My Eri, you are magic. Zeredlek.
I love you too, Mama.
Goodbye, Eri.
That was really nice, mister.
Yeah, it was.
I wish I could have done something like that for my mom. Just once. Mister, something the matter?
It was right after Mama left. Me and Bess started out on a world tour. I got a telegram from the hospital in America. It said, Mama had a stroke. They didn't know how much time she had. Me and Bess got on the first boat back to New York. It was called the Cecilia.
What happened? I mean, you got to see it, didn't you?
Takes a long time to get from Europe to New York by boat.
But she got better, right?
She died. Half hour before we docked.
I'm sorry, mister. Mister? You crying?
Harry? Honey, it's time.
Hey, what's going on?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's dive right in, shall we? For tonight's performance, we will need the help of 2 volunteers from the audience. Thank you, sir, and thank you, madam. If you would please make sure that this is indeed a legitimate vessel. It's intended to hold milk, of course, but we've found another very different use for it. All set? All right. Hasn't been tampered with. Wonderful. Thank you so much, sir and madam.
Thank you, one and all, for coming tonight. And whether or not my beautiful wife has told you, you will have the honor of doing this with me, so to speak.
Harry, you don't have to do this.
Everyone take your deepest breath, and anchors away!
And he's in! Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, as you hold your breath, if you run out of air, you may simply refill your lungs. That is not a luxury my husband currently has. In his situation, ladies and gentlemen, failure means a drowning death. You've seen the impenetrable, galvanized steel that comprises this double-fold water mystery. You have seen Houdini manacled and bound inside, the 6 padlocks secured and locked and confirmed by our gracious volunteers. How long has it been, do you suppose? Has anyone given up? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our assistant, Franz Kokel. You will notice he carries with him a fireman's axe. Should something go wrong, should the event take a dire turn, he will be here to break the milk can apart, perhaps in time to save my husband's life. Is anyone out there still holding their breath? Anyone? If you've made it this far, you know how much your chest is crying out for air.
Hey, lady, should someone check that?
We are approaching a lethal length of time to be deprived of oxygen. Your body is fighting against you, demanding that you breathe, but your mind knows you can't. Now just imagine, if you will, that terrible sensation underwater, where it's dark. Very, very dark.
Lady, Mrs. Houdini, I really don't think this is such a good idea anymore.
The first 30 seconds were easy, weren't they? But most of you, I assume, gave up after 45? That's the average. Does anyone have a stopwatch? Has anyone been keeping time?
Way over 45, that's for sure.
France, maybe you should get ready.
Get ready! Lady, you need to stop the act!
We know that after a certain amount of time, the brain will resign itself and lose consciousness, and the body will try to breathe, but if that body is underwater...
What are you waiting for? Jeez, Mr. Cockle, get him out of the...
Will wonders never cease?
Ladies and gentlemen, Harry Houdini!
And they said it couldn't be done. Bess, I'm not quite right.
Harry? Hey, mister, what's the matter?
Take my hand, Harry. It'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would be so kind, due to an unforeseen circumstance, we must pause briefly. We will let you know the moment that the great master of magic is able to resume his performance. Thank you.
We will return to the Great Houdini after this brief commercial intermission.
Hi, Apple. Have you tried my spicy meatloaf balls?
They were delicious, Francis. A little too delicious. I may have overdone it.
Oh dear, is your stomach taking a turn?
For the worse.
I've just the thing. Here, try these.
Bowl aids?
The best antacids on the market today, minty and fresh, without that chalky taste. Invented by an American chemist, Bowl-Aids go to work instantly to relieve your worst bloating and gas.
Well, those symptoms can certainly ruin an evening.
And Bowl-Aids come in liquid and tablet form, so they travel well too.
Thank you, Francis. I think you saved my day.
And your evening.